top 5 artists,
Ooh,
whether
okay.
it's
You trying to get me in
hip hop,
trouble.
whatever.
You trying to put me in the hot seat.
Big dog, this one ain't for all the dogs, this one for them big dogs. Ooh, big dog on the loose. Go hard, bite down like a saber tooth. This one ain't for all the dogs, this one for them big dogs. This one ain't for all the dogs, this one for them big dogs. Ooh, big dog on the loose.
All right, we're live and in effect. It's the one and only Big Dog Chico in the place to be. I got DJ Fedora here with me. We got music and sports, a new segment right here, Big Dog Chico channel, YouTube. It's coming in for you guys. Everybody checking in, get in the chat right now. Let us know where you're checking in from and how you checking in, what you got going on. DJ Fedora, oh, now what's happening with you? Talk to me.
What's good, man? Hey, I just want to say that I always follow you. It's better than the news, man.
Better than the news. You might have to turn your mic up just a little bit.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better right there.
Okay, cool.
Yes, indeed. All right, let them know where you're checking in from.
I'm checking in right here from Denver, Colorado. We're about 45 minutes from campus from Boulder, Colorado. So, yeah, man, just getting right for homecoming week and all the things that's going down.
And for everybody listening in, if you don't know, DJ Fedora is the official DJ for the Colorado Buffaloes football team. This year he's traveling to all the away games also, correct?
That is correct. First traveling DJ in Division I football, as we know.
First traveling DJ. And, with your plans and with your vision of this, and we'll go back a step back a little bit, but for your vision of this is for you not to be you might be the first, but not to be the only DJ in Division I football or college football period, correct?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. For me, it's been an experiment, but I hope that when it's all said and done, that other DJs are able to go to these bigger programs and get employed, because I think that we're definitely seeing the effects on chemistry and overall morale.
Yeah, and can you tell them basically what you do? Providing the music in the locker room during the times, pregame, postgame, halftime. How do you work with the coaches? How do you know when to play and so on? tell them how you fit in without being a distraction, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of answered it right there. My mission statement, includes trying to enhance whatever's going on without distracting, right? So
Right.
a lot of times, and it's kind of brilliant how Coach Prime approaches this whole thing, because he really uses the music as an incentive, right? When everybody's doing what we're doing and doing what they're supposed to be doing, everybody's doing their job, then we can use the music to an enhanced environment, make things lighter and things of that nature. But when people are off task, the music can get cut at a second's and a moment's notice. So that's a very real thing.
Right. And that's cold-blooded, man, to be able to do it. Let's step back a little bit. Let them know how you got your start, where you're from, and all these other things. I know we covered it earlier. You guys can check out our interview we did on the field from the first game at Folsom Field. But just to revisit all of these things, introduce yourself, let everybody know where you're from and how you got your start.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. DJ Fedora, the gold standard. I'm originally from Aurora, Colorado, but I actually grew up and went to high school in Boulder. So it's been a full circle moment actually returning to Boulder. Played football in Boulder. Thought that I was going on a full ride scholarship for football, but ended up transferring to dance, believe it or not, because it was either lose my scholarship or dance. So I chose to dance.
All right, let's hold right there, because you said that also in the previous interview with the dancing. And
Absolutely.
me, myself, I can't dance a lick. You know what I'm saying? So can't dance to save my life. You know what I mean? I can't hit a two-step.
2000%.
But you said you had a dance scholarship. Like, how does that work?
Absolutely. So I was so I went to Prairie View A&M. And so at the time that I went, at Prairie View, first and foremost, is the HBCU.
Right.
So at the time that I was going there, huge recruits weren't really going to HBCUs like that. It was kind of a thing, right? So when I went to Prairie View A&M, I had a full ride football scholarship. But for some reason internally, I just didn't feel safe. I don't know if I was falling out of love with the game or just the ambiance overall. I didn't feel necessarily safe. And so I opted not to play football, actually. And everybody that was around me, much like most of these athletes, football was my life up until that point. And so basically what ended up happening was, instead of completely dropping out of school, back in the day, you have to walk through the dance studio to get to the football field. So whenever
Okay.
I was in front of those mirrors, I would, do my little thing and mess around with the fellas and all of that. And I guess
Yeah.
it kind of got the attention of the dance director. And, long story short, she basically approached me and brought me into the office, had me do a couple things that I thought was extremely weird at the time. But she was like, listen, we haven't had a male dance major in 20 years. If you dance for us,
Wow.
then we'll reinstate your scholarship and you can dance for me. So I was the only male dance major on campus at that time. And so I danced my way through college.
That's crazy. And dancing meaning like, is just hip hop dancing
No, see,
or
that's what I thought, right? So in the
yeah,
mirror, I
yeah,
was
yeah.
pop locking and doing my thing, but man, my first class was ballet. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right,
so
right.
modern, jazz, tap, ballet. It was all of the classically trained aspects of that. And then after I graduated, moved to Brooklyn. I actually lived in Harlem, but I danced at Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, which is one of the best modern dance, companies
Yeah.
in the world. And then I also danced and taught at New York City Ballet.
Okay.
So it was kind of an amazing full journey. Came back to Denver. My mom actually got sick, so I came back to Denver. In that, opened a salsa studio, so opened a Latin studio. I'm a 3-time international salsa dance champion, so did that for a minute.
All right.
And
Another timeout. Timeout, coach. Get the timeout. Get the timeout. All right. So rewind. In high school, were you any type of trained dancer or anything of that nature? Just
Nah,
naturally
man, we
gifted?
come from that Beat Street era, man. We was
Right,
out,
right. All right.
cookouts, parties, basement parties, all that. I mean, music's always been a part of my life, but we're from the generation of we used to record music videos and play it back and learn the choreography that way. So had
Okay.
never been to a dance class officially before I
But
went
you
to
were
college.
but you were like known to be like you were an athlete, but you were like the guy on the team that had the moves,
Oh yeah, for
Oh yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Okay,
for
okay,
sure.
all right.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. So you were there, and then so you can kind of credit the teacher or the dance instructor at Prairie View to seeing that in you and getting
Oh,
your start.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
10,000%. 10,000%.
Damn, that's crazy. And led you all the way to have your own dance studio in New York. All right, now another rewind. Now, when she told you, okay, I see something in you, but you got to take ballet and things of that nature. Now, a lot of guys would try to be like, nah, man, I'm not wearing no tights. How did
Right.
you even say, okay, was it because of the motivation of your scholarship or what was it?
I mean, so let's be real. Like that had to do, mess up a whole 4 years of college or dance, right? So first and
Yeah.
foremost, I came from the school of, and my parents raised us to, hey man, and once you graduate college, you got to get up and do something. You can't just be at the house now. You know what I'm saying? So for me, definitely. So I didn't know what I was getting into, but I've always
Mm.
kind of been one of those people that whatever situation I'm in, I kind of just fall on my feet, right? Because I just have a kind of a motor and a work ethic to where if it's not going to kill me, then I'm going to get through it, right? So I remember my first dance class, like just being in there, and there was, 46 other women, and I was just the only guy, and I'm, tied it up and all the things, right? Putting on this stuff for the first time. And
Yeah.
so for me, as time progressed, all of the most beautiful women on campus are in my class. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and
You know
now
what
you're
I'm
like,
saying?
okay,
Right, so-
I can come back to this.
Right. So you get
What?
over the fear. Once you get, first it was I really had to learn a lot, right? So after you get submerged in the learning and you kind of get your feet about you and get your wit about you, I mean, let's be real. I'm surrounded by not just beautiful people, but beautiful personalities and spirited people. So, I mean, there could be worse things.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Because you got a guy like myself, like I said, I could play sports, I could do all that, but you talk about I look cold blooded in the chair. I look cold blooded sitting down, but it's the bottom half that don't be on
No,
the
I
same
feel it.
page. You know what I
I
mean?
feel that for sure.
So, all right. So, bam, you go to New York. You live in Harlem,
Yeah.
but you were working in Brooklyn. Your studio was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, so Alvin Ailey American Dance Theaters in Brooklyn. So
Okay.
would go there to dance New York City Ballet as well. So and Broadway stuff. So kind of immersed myself in the dance scene out there. You know what I'm saying? I actually, kind of my claim to fame is the first traveling cast of The Lion King on Broadway. I actually made it into the final cast, but that is right around when the time I found my mom getting sick. So that's when I kind of had to switch gears and move back to Denver. Shout out to my man Petros with Goonsville, man. He's a young cat out here that's really getting it. Gloomsville Clothing in the chat. Make sure y'all stop by and grab you a hoodie or two, man. He made me some custom joints that go crazy.
You said Petros is in here already?
Yeah, he staying here, man.
That's right.
I had to lift up real quick and let him know.
You got the Goonsvilles on. All right.
Come on, man. He gets me right, man. So he's just a young, ambitious kid out here trying to get it the right way, man. So I'm in full support.
Most definitely. Goonsville Clothing. As you see the Goonsville Athletics up there. Also the MDJ Original, like I'm rocking right now. The official CU gear. You can get that in the what do you call it? The bookstore? I call it the bookstore still, but the clothing, the merch store.
Yeah, there you go. all of those work. We got I think we got a bunch of those on campus. So
on campus, yeah.
Team
you can find
store,
these.
merch store, bookstore.
Team store.
You can get it everywhere, yeah.
For sure. Y'all go check that out. Get those, support those brands, and get some frames in your life also from the Glass House. Get that also out in Denver, Colorado. Right, you can go to My Spread Shop. Cherry Creek Mall, exactly. You know where it is.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Miss Stacy doing her thing also.
Always.
But back to the music and the sports. People, We're going to talk about this, man. We got some questions in the chat. Go ahead, get them in. Leave your questions if you got them right now.
Yeah, I'm reading those now.
I will be chopping this up and putting it on, so you won't see the pauses in the live, but your questions will be featured in the video. But we're going to go into, we got our top 5 albums we're going to get into. Top 5 artists.
Ooh, okay. You trying to get me in trouble.
Whatever.
You trying to put me in the hot seat.
But I want to ask, what are the songs that Coach Prime, I would say top 5 Coach Prime songs that he requests for you to play?
Oh man, that's like giving away the secret sauce. I'll give you something. I can't give it because it's other teams that's gonna start copying us, right? So I can't give away all the sauce.
For sure.
What I will say that is, what's so interesting about the team in general, man, is that it's so eclectic. Like we play from soul to country to funk to the young stuff to, to some of the old crunk stuff, the Little Johns in them. It's and then you got, the Florida connection. So we, got to get the Florida in. I will say that probably I'll say this, my favorite song to play for Coach Prime is probably Lovely Day, for sure. That's like
okay.
A little Bill Withers, man.
Yeah, Bill Withers. That's right.
That's that, practice is getting started, people coming down, and it just puts you in a vibration for the rest of whatever work we got to do. It just kind of lifts the spirits, man. People bounce around and stretch out and all the things. So that's probably one of my favorite ones to get everything going.
And you know what? I'm sure you do this, but I just thought about, you could play that Lovely Day, and then you could mix it in with the like the rap or the hip hop that use it as the sample. And that what makes me think of that was who was that? Was it Rappin' Forte that did that? That's the bomb.
There you go.
You can mix it in from the old to the new.
Ooh, that's for sure. Yeah,
for sure.
And then you can go gospel. Hit them with the Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Get the Kirk Franklin in there.
Everything you play, it's so many guys on the team, and like you said, it's eclectic. Everything you play is going to get a reaction, or seemingly should get a reaction from someone on the team, or some position group or segment on the team.
10,000%. 10,000%.
Let's see here. What are some of the guys? Well, Perfect Timing, right? The perfect time to play Perfect Timing by Shedeur Sanders. When is that?
So I just discovered this, right? So in our stadium, after we score, they play a snippet of it, right? But you got to think, when we're away, we don't get the love. You know what I'm saying? So recently, when we beat CSU, even though it's kind of home because it's still in the state of Colorado, we're still at an away stadium. So man, when we came back in from the victory, playing that thing on the way in, because we didn't hear it all, it kind of hit different when you don't get the love, you know what I'm saying? So we played that thing on the way in, you know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a good feeling. It was a good feeling.
Big dog on the loose. Go hard, bite down like a saber tooth. This one ain't for all the dogs. This one for the big dogs. This one ain't for all the dogs. This one for the big dogs.